Hello, everyone. Welcome to TUI Digital, your guide to all that's happening in the IPL. Beyond the Boundary is the name of the show. And today we're going to be discussing about the CSK worries. We've got Dwaipan Datta from Chennai. Also joining us from Mumbai is Nitin Naik. Very shortly, even Gaurav Gupta will be joining us. Want to start off with you, Dwaipan. What's happening with Chennai Super Kings? Kya ho raha hai? Three games, three losses, and last night, even though in the end they lost by 43 runs, the game was done in the first 5 overs in the chase.
Yeah, in the chase, first 5 overs in the chase. Yeah, and like, अब क्या बोले like nothing is falling into place. Like to start off, they started with those very important injuries to crucial players, key players, Dewald Brevis and Nathan Ellis. These days, the pool is much smaller, so you have that many quality players and MS Dhoni. They still because they still consider MS Dhoni an important player. So they do not have three crucial players to start with. They run into three of the best teams in the IPL. So they did not get an SRH or a KKR to start with. So वो वो चीज़ है वो सब है. But having said that, bowling तो है ही नहीं. There is no bowling. You can see that anybody will score 225 against them. Like, yes, this your Tim David ran away with it after he got that reprieve. Bowled हुआ था no ball में, and then that added another 25 runs, 30 runs. But 225 is par against CSK, against this CSK attack, and ऋतुराज गायकवाड doesn't have a. मुझे लगता है कि उसे स्पिनर्स हैंडल करना नहीं आता है. लाइक ही मिडिल ओवर्स इज बीइंग completely unable to control. You tell me, why is this guy, that Akil, right, the West Indian left
Akil
arm,
Hussain.
Akil Hussain. He bowls everywhere in power play. A very important player. You have taken him as a batting करना भी आता है उसको. You have taken him as a replacement for Ravindra Jadeja. Why aren't you playing him? Like, what is the problem? Like, I really do not know what they are up to. They have kind of lost the plot. They have lost the plot because ऋतुराज से कैप्टेंसी हो नहीं रहा है. ये तो दिख रहा है कि ऋतुराज is not the best captain. The fact that he is not scoring runs is also not helping his cause.
Nitin, where do you think the problem lies?
Very, very thin bowling lineup. Uh, I think I was just doing some calculations here. They've bowled 50.5 overs so far, Chandresh, and they've conceded 35 sixes in 3 games. In 50.5 overs, if you concede 35 sixes, I think your bowling lineup is wafer thin. Your resources are wafer thin. Uh, Last match, they bowled Rahul Chahar, which was a bad move because they ended up dropping Overton. Uh, Also, I think I mean some of the bowling plans that they have come. I mean, who's the bowling coach of this team?
Eric
Eric
My,
Simons.
Simmons.
Eric Sims. Yeah, it's the same guy. I think they are not they have not mapped the players. The एक जो heat map होता है ना हर एक बैट्समैन का strong zone, weak zone, whatever. I don't know whether, I mean, I'm sure, no, being such cerebral personalities in the dugout, they would have they would have paid attention to it. But the kind of lengths that were bowled to Tim David in the last 5 or 6 overs, I mean, those were all slot deliveries. The ones bowled by Overton when he went for 30, the ones bowled by Anshul Kamboj, the takedown of Noor Ahmed, bowling loopy, slow, and then in between also pushing faster through. Um, I don't think that will work against such powerful hitters and on such a small ground. So the bowling is definitely not working, and also the batting. If you have Matre, Samson, and Ruturaj, all three falling within the power play uh, in such a stiff chase, then I think it was credit to Sarfaraz and Prashant Veer and Overton that they came close. But 3 games, 3 defeats. looks like another long season in front of them, and clearly they've got a lot of issues. I don't know even how the presence of Deval Brevis and Nathan Ellis would improve this team if the rest of the bowling is so weak.
Welcome to the show, Gigi. What do you think is going wrong with Chennai Super Kings?
Thanks, and always a pleasure chatting cricket with all of you. I think CSK, difficult to place a finger on it. I think the bowling is definitely a massive concern. I mean, they went for 250 against RCB. They just look clueless about stopping the run flow. I thought their batting was still okay. Sanju Samson has not fired at all. Despite being such a hyped up, trade with the RR. In fact, Jadeja seems to be doing well for RI, but Sanju has still not picked up, and it's been 3 games. He's back to those that bad habit of being inconsistent, highly inconsistent. Luckily for India, he fired in the 3 matches that really mattered. But this has been a massive problem with Sanju Samson's career throughout his career, that he's never been consistent in terms of ek bar once he's in that flow, he doesn't do justice to his talent. He tends to have these long stretches of not scoring much. Remember, before the T20 World Cup, also 5 games he scored some 46 odd runs. And Rituraj has another been problem area. I don't know whether captaincy is sitting well on him. And whether they need to move on from. But then अगर उनको captaincy से हटाते हैं तो किसको is Sanju Samson a good choice? Sanju is himself struggling to score runs at this moment in time. But definitely, I think one good thing at least has been that Sarfaraz has been doing well for them. So a bit of less problem, less of problem area there. But overall, I think massive issues in terms of even spinners. I don't think कोई ऐसा major वो दिख रहा है. I think the two 14 crore investments haven't been great. Prashant Veer and the other Karthik Sharma haven't been. I was not convinced because both of them were completely sort of untried kids, and completely they picked them up from UP T20 league, I think. And to suddenly give them, go for them at such a high price, I was not entirely convinced about that decision, honestly. Devon Brevis has not been there. That has been a big blow to them. Devon Brevis looked really, really impressive. And I mean, he's one of the best amongst the top 5 T20 batters in world cricket right now. So him not being there is definitely a huge miss for them. And obviously Dhoni not being there. But then Dhoni kab tak chalenge? I don't know what is the scene exactly when he's going to return. But I think basically it's lack of planning to move on successfully from the Dhoni era, which has cost them, and that lack of planning has been there for a long time. It's only last year, towards the back end of last year, when they started planning for the future, started inducting a few youngsters. Otherwise it was always a case of tried and tested players ko khilana hai, ye wo. There was absolutely zero sense of planning for the future, and that has come back to haunt them.
Didi, let's start taking some questions from our subscribers. Uh, Greg Chapelera says, Didi sir, very sad to see team like CSK, MI play such pathetic cricket, and Karthik Sharma is not ready for this level of cricket.
First things first, MI didn't play pathetic cricket. MI lost the game, but it was on a difficult pitch. That boy Samir Rizvi played a magnificent innings. You have to give him that. Like MI didn't play pathetic cricket on in this match. They like it was just a blinder of an innings. So that is, but yeah, CSK is playing poorly now. Kartik Sharma, whether he is ready or not for this level of cricket, it is yes, the price tag kind of hangs heavy on you. Like that 14.2 crore for a young player, it kind of, I think it kind of plays on your mind. If he had come for a lesser, like Samir Rizvi when he was playing for CSK, he was bought for a very big price. I
8.4.
forgot. Yeah,
8
8.4, 8.4, and he kept struggling. He kept struggling, but now he's playing in Delhi for in 95 lakhs. They got him for 95 lakhs. Of course, KP had a hand in probably shaping him because the way he was, KP's commentary I was listening to, and the way he was talking about Samir Rizvi, and the way I think a bit of work has gone into shaping him. But yeah, so those are Kartik Sharma. It's still untested. I will not say after 3 games that he's absolutely not suited for this level or not. But right now it's not looking good. It's true. But there will be softer games in store. these three were the most difficult teams that you could face. Even the fourth game is difficult because it's Delhi. But then these KKRs and the SRHs and the GTs of the world will come, which are easier, actually comparatively easier games. Had there been one of these games in this phase, they might have won one. That didn't happen. Anyway, so tough games to start with, and that's kind of taking a toll.
Okay, Introspect says in IPL, no game is easy.
No game is easy. It's right, but if KKR this year is not easy, then like yeah, like in this IPL, it is about these are two five five team blocks, the top five and the lower five. I have never seen such strong demarcation. Like the top five, they are almost matched, uh, like so evenly matched, and the below five they are again they have major problems. So yeah, there are
Okay.
easy games.
Aru says, I guess the travel by flight for each game is affecting Dubey's game. He should use Vande Bharat more often. भाई एक बार यूज किया आपने सबने उसको इशू बना के रख दिया. Nitin, Ayush says Gaikwad is not a T20 player. He plays for his runs and he's a stat padder.
Bit harsh, no? I think uh, it, it's a little bit harsh, and because he has all the shots, I still think he's better suited if he bats at three. That would give them a little bit more stability. I think the openers can be Sanju and Matre, because I think Matre likes to open. So although he scored runs at three against Punjab, but I feel that Matre and Sanju opening would give them a better chance of success. Ruturaj at three would would also help them take care of. He can be he can be the anchor and the aggressor both. I feel that you just need to be that stop. And I don't think he really is a stat padder. He hasn't. What has happened is last year, because he got injured, and then um, even this year, I think he's got what, two or three knocks of not really substantial quality. It's just that the guy at the other end is scoring at 180, 190. So yours 160 or 150 looks comparatively lesser. But then if one guy is scoring at 150 and the other guy is scoring at 190, and they both have a decent partnership for about a 30-40 ball period, then you see it compounding in terms of the team score. That's what happened with RCB yesterday. I think Virat batted at 150, Salt batted at 160, Rajat Patidar batted at 250, and then Tim David batted at 280. So if 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 all of them combine, but here what is happening is Sanju has fallen early. Ruturaj has had a couple of low scores. It's just that I just feel that it's a team that has not yet gelled. Any player coming into a new franchise, I think, requires a little bit of time to gel into the system and into gel into a new coaching setup. Irrespective of how much time you have spent in batting camps or team camps, I still feel that to absorb the philosophy of a particular franchise, it requires time, and I think Sanju is right now dealing with that.
Okay, Kishu Patel says Sanju Samson has used up his annual 3 game subscription on World T20 knockouts. Priyanshu says Dhoni sent his Durandar Rane to destroy KKR. Gambhir sent his Durandar Sanju to destroy CSK. Okay. And what else? Uh, Introspect says, Nitin, he disagrees with you. He says Gaikwad is failing to adapt with the new template of IPL T20 cricket. I want to add the names of Gill, Sai Sudarshan, and Rahane as well to this. Are they all cut from the ODI cloth more than the T20 cloth in that sense?
No, but everyone has got a different style. Everyone can't bat like Tim David and Chris Gale, right? Everyone has their own game. Everyone has. If it reminds me of that classic dialogue from Dangal when that Amir Khan confronts his daughter's coach. He said, सहवाग को बोल रहा है कि द्रविड़ जैसा खेलो और द्रविड़ को बोल रहा है कि सहवाग जैसा खेलो. एंड में ना सहवाग न रह जाए, ना सहवाग रह जाएगा ना द्रविड़. So we I think every player has their strength. I think Ruturaj, I feel that he's got the T20 game. It's just that somebody next to him or somebody who's batting with him needs to also go at that rate, or maybe a slightly higher rate. It's still early season and the wickets are fresh and newly laid out. That's why we are seeing these a bulk of 200 plus, 250 plus scores. But let the wicket wear out a little bit. Let the wickets get a little bit more tired, and then I think you will need players with a little bit more batsmanship to you know to succeed. It's he's a fine player. I think that even that if we remember that knock, where did he play that knock with Virat Kohli, where he got 100 against New Zealand?
Yeah,
Uh,
indoor, I think.
Indore? Was it
I
Indore
think indoor. I
or
think indoor.
Raipur? Was it Raipur?
Indoor,
Okay,
indoor.
Indore. Okay, so no, I think India were batting first in that game. So
I
was
think
it
it was
Guwahati?
against South Africa.
No, New Zealand. New Zealand. New Zealand. India lost that match. No,
Okay.
India lost that match. Daryl Mitchell, I think, got 100. So we, even in that game, I think he was outscoring. Virat Kohli for the period that he batted. So he has all the shots. It's just that over there, obviously, the burden of captaincy is not there. I agree with what both Dwaipayan and Gaurav are saying here, that he's not a great T20 captain. Maybe if he's unshackled from the captaincy, maybe you might see the best of Ruturaj Gaikwad. It's just that we need to be, they need to take the call of a new captain right now rather than when the season is done and dusted.
Okay. Priyanshu says Raipur against South Africa
Yeah,
in New Zealand
Raipur
series
against
he was
SA.
dropped
Shreyas
because
Iyer, correct. He's right. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Okay. Direct question for you from Priyanshu. Gigi, who will get sacked first as captain, Ruturaj or Rahane? Gaurav, you're on mute.
I'm on mute. Yeah, just a minute. Yeah.
You're
Okay.
audible.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, so I'm saying that Rane will definitely deserves the sack first. Rutu, as I said, is not a great captain, but then you don't have too many captaincy options right now at CSK. The team is struggling. Almost everybody is struggling. आप किसको कप्तान बनाओगे अगर आप ऋतु को हटा देते हो तो unless you want to again go back to Dhoni, that's obviously not going to happen. So you don't have too many. I mean, Sanju Samson is the only other candidate to be made the captain, but then Sanju's performance himself, he has to be more consistent. राइट आई मीन मैं तो सोच रहा था कि इंडिया कैप्टनसी के लिए पोस्ट सूर्य कुमार यादव दिस थिंग एरा बट देन आई डोंट नो इफ ही दिस काइंड ऑफ displays this kind of inconsistency then even that looks difficult. So ऋतु का ऑल्टरनेटिव नहीं है आपके पास में. अजिंक्य रहाणे का भी टेक्निकली ऑल्टरनेटिव नहीं है केकेआर में बहुत ज्यादा, बट देन इट्स अ सॉर्ट ऑफ अ सिचुएशन, इमरजेंसी सिचुएशन वेयर परहैप्स फिल एलन या जिसको भी बना के और उनको थैंक यू करना चाहिए सम स्टेज. सॉरी,
Rinku is vice captain.
Rinku is the vice captain. Rinku nahi hai yaar. Rinku was totally. I mean, the team was completely out of control when Rinku was captaining in the first game. Yeah, I don't think he'll be able to communicate with the overseas bowlers and stuff like that. I'm not too sure really about his captaincy skills. I think in that case, perhaps maybe they could have. अगर हर्षित राणा खेलते, so they could have gone for Harshit as the captain, just in a sort of a slightly bold move. Harshit is doing very well with both bat and ball. Is a certainty for all the 14 games. Rahane के साथ में problem ये हो गई कि himself is not a certainty. You have to create a slot for him. So maybe I don't know. Maybe Sunil Narine, but Sunil Narine कभी captain बने नहीं. So again, they also have a bit of a
No,
struggle.
he captains their franchise in IL T20.
Then why doesn't he ever captain in the IPL? इतने साल से तो खेल रहे हैं. मतलब कम से कम
Their
15-20
main
साल.
player in IL T20 is their power hitting coach here.
Yeah, वो इसीलिए that's why you can't compare the two. Now you can't compare बाकी लीग में क्या कर रहा है और IPL में क्या कर रहा है. The fact is IPL में सुनील नारायण has never captained KKR, and I think Somehow they don't have that confidence in him, or they want to go for an Indian captain. So I don't know, but it's a critical season for both Ajinkya Rahane and head coach Abhishek Nair for KKR. I mean, if the team does well, which it has not so far, then they're in safe zone. Otherwise, I think both of them are in danger zone.
ओके यहाँ पे डीडी देयर इज अ क्वेश्चन फॉर यू डीडी सर आरसीबी के साथ सिर्फ एक मैच सीएसके का ये तो डिसएडवांटेज है फ्री के 2 पॉइंट्स चले गए
Okay. If he insists.
uh, he says Gaikwad's captaincy masterclass lost 7 matches on the trot.
Mhm. Was seven. Acha, that is what I was trying to figure. So after the
Earlier,
first few wins last season, he lost five in a row, right?
yeah,
Yeah. So
Yeah,
he was ruled out after 7 games. Yeah, like
he
losing
played
seven.
5 games last season.
Oh, he played five games in the season or 7 games in the
Five,
season.
five, five.
5 games. So then it's three plus three six losses probably 3 plus 3 or 4 plus 3 something like that. Yeah, so could be 7 games. Could be 7 games on the bounce. He's right. So no, I agree. Gaikwad's captaincy it's not it's not great. Like there are a lot of problems with his captaincy. He's slightly, I think, stuck up with his ideas, and like he doesn't use spinners well. All those things you can see. Like he's slightly, but he's a fine batter, and as we are saying, like there is a place for a batter like him in IPL cricket at least. I am not saying international T20 Indian T20 team at the moment because that is in another league, but in IPL such players have their place. And but yeah, he needs. I think he needs to be unshackled from his captaincy burden. Let's see a couple of more games. I think if they end up losing five on the bounce, they will change. They will have to change, and I think it will go to Sanju then because
There's a
Dhoni
question.
will
Why doesn't
agree to that.
CSK play Urvil? He did well last season. Why not Akhil Hossain? Go with only 3 overseas players, and why not Ramakrishna Ghosh over a rookie like Karthik? Ramakrishna Ghosh looked quite good to me. I've seen him the last 2 seasons in the Maharashtra Premier League.
Ramakrishna Ghosh is a bowler, right?
Seam bowling all rounder.
Seam bowling all rounder. Yeah, no, they have paid so much money for Karthik Sharma. They think that there is talent there. I don't know what they are seeing him at the nets में क्या कर रहा है वो मुझे पता नहीं है. But I'm guessing the management believes that this player has some parts in him. That's why they took him for 14.2 crore. And when you take a player for 14.2 crore, you almost tie your hands. Like you almost have to play him kind of a situation because after paying 14.2 crores in a small auction, and then if you don't play, then there will be even more criticism. So all those things are there. So yeah, it has been a very bad start, and I don't think they went to start with. They were not a top four side in this IPL. Like they were not. Like even if everyone was available and everything was going fine, they are not a top four side. But I would have expected them to miss the top four, but in a tight contest. I think by the sixth, seventh game, their top four aspirations will be over.
ओके मानिक प्रीत सिंह से डीडी सर सीएसके कल लकी थी पावर प्ले आरसीबी ने स्लो खेला वरना कल शायद फर्स्ट 300 दिख जाता आईपीएल का
हालांकि पिच थोड़ा ट्रिकी था एट दैट पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम द पिच हैड अ लिटिल बिट इन इट लाइक वो बॉल थोड़ा लाइक वो खलील वलील का बॉल थोड़ा मूव भी कर रहा था सो या if they had started like they got 50 in the power play which is par these days just about I mean below par these days like CSK despite all the horrible batting they got 75 or 78 so despite the 75 on that pitch is kind of par so true like had they got 75, 78 for one or no loss then it could have been a 300 game.
Okay, Cristiano Ronaldo believes that Raina should be in the team management. Uh,
Hmm.
but I don't know what will happen. Cristiano Ronaldo also says, GD sir, don't worry, CSK will lose versus GT SRH also.
I don't know. Like, yeah, the way these teams are, maybe one game this side, one game that side. it could be like that. I see CSK winning about 5 games, like 4 5 games they will win, because the way their batting is going, they are scoring 200 runs. Back to back, they have scored 210, 220, or whatever, 200. How much they scored? 210 again. So batting is going well once Brevis comes back and all that. Their batting will click, and teams like SRH and GT won't be able to chase down 210 against CSK at Chepauk.
Okay. Aru says, Nitin, Goenka sir finally got some happy tears. If it was allowed, he would have come and batted also. Fully involved owner.
Yeah, I mean, I was happy with the way Rishabh played yesterday. He played. He took that philosophy of his mentor MS Dhoni. Of taking the game deep. He took the game almost a little too deep, but then but that was really not his fault. The guy at the other end was batting quite poorly.
Yeah,
Mukul Chaudhary
that
said, yeah.
yeah, that's the question that Sports Crazy also has a super chat. Views
Hmm.
on Pant's batting and captaincy versus SRH.
He's a good captain. I mean, he's a good captain. Uh, uh, he knows how to handle bowlers. He knows. Uh, I think having captain now for Delhi Capitals and one season for LSG, it's just that I'm still not happy with the positioning of Nicholas Puran. I mean, I'm glad that they went back to the M&M opening partnership of Marsh and Markram, but I still am not very happy with how deep. Uh, Again, they promoted Ayush Badoni up ahead of Nicholas Puran, but then maybe Nicholas Puran's T20 form over the last 1 year across leagues, I don't think has been great. He had a very poor SA T20, SA 20. He had a poor IL 20. So um, after that great start that he enjoyed for LSG last year, I don't think he's had a happy time of it in T20 cricket. So maybe that is why he has been demoted. But then if he has been demoted, then and if he's if he's playing so low, then why pick him? If you're picking him, then he should be slightly batting slightly ahead to help him rediscover his touch. But good innings by Rishabh Pant yesterday. Very very good innings. I liked the way he rotated strike, ran the twos, kept getting closer, closer, closer. At one point of time, I think they would they would have almost been guilty of wasting Mohammad Shami's brilliant effort, but thankfully they did not. And I'm glad that another bowler won the Player of the Match award. So one interesting thing that has been happening in this IPL. I'm sorry, I'm taking a bit of time here, but one interesting thing which I've seen in this IPL is that teams are getting really big scores, but no batter has got 100. So I think that fixation of that landmark going away has permeated all the batters' mindset right now, because every batter is trying to play that short impact knocks and getting, like yesterday, because Devdutt Padikkal got out at that time. It gave Tim David the time to come and inflict the damage that he eventually could. So I think teams are just going for it. There is no settling in period or consolidating period anymore.
Okay. There's a super chat for you from Gaurav Didi. Didi sir, why is MS not coming to ground even in Chennai match? But I like that because captain and coach are getting the much needed reality check and criticism.
Yeah, see, there is this CSK custom of like a player when he is not fit, he doesn't travel with the team on match days. Like that is a custom that they used to have. Uh, so they are kind of trying to follow that thing with Dhoni also, but Dhoni was needed in the dugout. Like because that I don't know. No one has told me, but I somehow think that these guys are not on the same page anymore. Like Fleming, Dhoni, Ruturaj, like they are separate islands at the moment, or like at least because Dhoni's presence in the dugout makes a difference. Like he can always make those changes. These days, coaches do run the show from the dugout in T20 cricket, and Dhoni's presence would have made a difference. I think like slowing up the game and all those things. Like when they were defending 210 against who was that in the second game? They were playing
Punjab. Punjab.
Punjab 210. Like whoever the team is, it's not easy at Chepo. It is not easy at Chepo. Like Dhoni could had that thing in him to make things difficult. But so Dhoni's presence, at least at the dugout, was needed. I don't know why. Like there is this custom, and he's still a player. But yeah,
Okay, there's one more super chat. This is from Sports Crazy. Didi sir says, Didi sir, Nitin sir, honestly feel Fleming needs to go. He might get young players, but the planning and strategies are same. CSK is looking flop actual tactically.
Uh, I mean, I just googled how much was CSK's purse during the auction. They had a 43.40 purse, 43.40 crore when they went into the auction. I think that was the second highest after or third
KKR.
highest after KKR. Yeah. So they had so much of money, and yet they could not buy or they could not zero in on talented players that they felt that could do the job, or maybe their picks have gone horribly wrong so far. Um, and it was a complete shift of tactics, isn't it? I mean, they generally were a team who never pays beyond a certain amount for even star players. Maybe only Ben Stokes and Ravindra Jadeja fetched that kind of money when they eventually went for those kind of players. But otherwise, they would always pick these Devon Conway, uh, those kind of players, utility players who could fit the part. But here they have kind of, you know, they've kind of splurged the amount of money on two untested players and hoping that what they saw in those little leagues or state-run leagues, they could replicate the form over here. But those state-run leagues do not have international bowlers or players who have played international cricket playing for them consistently. Here, generally, you will come up against at least three bowlers in every lineup who has decent international cricket exposure. So I think it will take time. Let's not be too harsh on both the players. But I feel that their planning and strategy, what Sports Crazy says, are wrong. And I think somewhere down the line they seem to have lost the plot at the auction table itself.
see, they messed it up at the big auctions to start
Yeah.
with, and once you mess it up at the big auction, like they went into the big auction with one philosophy, then the team started playing poorly, then they wanted to change, and that change cannot happen in these small auctions. You have only this
Yeah.
many players to choose from. Had If they had got the player of their choice, for whom they went for about, I think about 20 crores, Cameron Green, they might have got Cameron Green had KKR not had a bigger purse. So like where would they have been? So that is the problem. Like when you mess up a big auction, and you go into an auction with an idea, and then you want to change that over the course of the next 3 years, then you can't do it. Even the players that they retained, Ravindra Jadeja had to, they shipped him out. Matisha Pathirana, they've let him go. Dhoni, as good as not being there. So who are the two players you are left with? One is Ruturaj Gaikwad, and another is Shivam Dubey. So that is where they have got, like, everything has gone wrong for them in this cycle.
Did they bid for Venki Iyer?
Venkatesh Iyer
Did they bid
last
for
year,
him?
I think they went for him for a while. I think so. Last time, not this year. I didn't follow that auction very carefully this time because I was on the road. But yeah, so I don't remember.
Okay, the big development from the toss at Eden Gardens is that both Varun Chakravarti and Sunil Narain are not playing this game because of Varun is out with an injury. Narain is unwell. I don't know if it is convenient. The toss has been won by KKR, who have opted to bat, and Navdeep Saini is making his debut for KKR. Nitin, what do you make of this?
One thing I will just say before just say, it is a match that can be affected by rain. In a game like that, KKR wins the toss and bats first. You can see how wrong things have gone for KKR this year. Yeah, Nitin, please. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, shocked by the call, absolutely. Unless they've seen the wicket, you know, uh, is absolutely crazy there. Uh, because last year, I think, who's Sujan Roy? Who's the curator there? Sujan Roy? Uh,
Mukherjee.
Sujan Mukherjee, yeah. Last year, I think Rahane and he were both having serious issues in terms of
Hmm.
what wicket that they wanted to play on. I think Rahane wanted wickets with a little bit more grip and a little bit more turn, slightly slowish, because he had Narain and he had Varun Chakravarti. But I think he kept on dishing out belters and and Rahane and the curator were really not on the same page. Maybe this year, the franchise and the captain, maybe they might have got their way. Uh, let's see, because KKR badly need a win. I think again, last year was it KKR ninth and CSK 10th?
Hmm.
I, yeah.
I think it's following. If things don't go to plan accordingly, then I think we might see the same kind of result. KKR 9th, CSK 10th, or 10th and ninth. They might just flip places because tactically it doesn't seem very smart, because this is what you call as call by shock at this time of the year in Eastern India. Even tomorrow's game, I think, is under a rain threat at Guwahati between MI and RR. So it's slightly a little bit strange when the game might be curtailed that a captain winning the toss has always opted to, and also the wicket I think was under covers. So yeah, let's see. I just hope that it doesn't come back to bite them.
Okay. Final question to both of you. Gigi is also back. Gigi, what did you make of this call by KKR to win the toss and bat first?
Chandresh is frozen, I think.
Hmm.
I think he wanted to ask you what do you make of the
And
call? What do you make of the call by Rahane to win the toss and bat?
Win the toss and bat first, yeah.
Yeah,
bat
despite the
first when
game
the
being
The
under,
game being curtailed, rain curtailed, huh?
yeah, game might
Uh,
be rain curtailed. There's
might be
rain
rain
around.
curtailed. There's rain around. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. Maybe sort of Ajinkya wanting that Ajinkya itching to bat again and prove his critics wrong once again and tell the entire world that how there's an agenda against him. So if he scores another half century or another blazing knock, then he's sort of proved a point. Maybe that itch to bat is there. But I hope have they made any changes to their 11?
Yeah,
Or
both the spinners are out, Naren and Varun.
Oh, Narin also.
Yeah,
Both apparently unwell.
Narin apparently unwell, huh? Or both unwell.
allegedly.
That's what they are saying. Yeah.
वरुण तो ड्रॉप ही होगा नारिन आई थिंक वो हो गया आई थिंक नारिन must be genuinely unwell which is a big this thing then India spinner being dropped is a big story in itself but so who's playing then in their place then
Anukul Rai.
Anukul Roy.
अनुकूल अनुकूल रॉय तो खेले थे शायद शुरू में लेफ्ट आर्म स्पिनर ना
हाँ,
he played
अनुकूल
Mumbai
रॉय.
he played I remember
Yeah,
हाँ.
MI's substitute fielder.
Hmm. Perennial
तो
The impact sub before the impact sub.
नहीं he played in the first game ना am I ये अपना
हाँ
अनुकूल
ना,
रॉय he took Rohit Sharma's catch
Anukul Rai is the only spinner, like known spinner in the team. And Saurabh Dubey, is he a spinner? Like, uh,
No, no,
or I, I,
left arm fast bowler. Vidarbha. Oh, is he
oh,
playing today? Is he
no,
playing
no,
today?
no, no,
He's
no,
in the
not
impact player
not
list.
playing. Impact player. I do not see another spinner. Like I cannot figure out who their second spinner is.
अच्छा. So, or have they gone with just one spinner?
Yeah,
That's what.
Anukul Roy.
Yeah, yeah. Anukul Roy. Yeah.
Oh, so that means they're basically given up on their spin, this thing, which is so surprising because KKR, they're playing at home, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
KKR? So normally when they play at home, their template has been to bank on spinners. And I think, was it last year or a couple of years back when they were very upset with the curator for not giving them turning tracks
Yeah.
or at least wickets that held spin in
Yeah.
In
Yeah.
Kolkata? That was a couple of years back, na, when Chandu sir was
Last
the
year.
Yeah.
head coach.
Last year.
Last year, ही था वो?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, okay. So slightly थोड़ा सा वो है और but then I
But
think spinners are
I'm
the
glad
spinners are
that Roman Powell is. Have they picked
Roman
Roman Powell?
Powell and Cameron
Yeah.
Green both are playing. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, this is the combination that I wanted them to play. I think both Green and Powell had to play. They give them that power in the middle, and let's see how it goes.
Green has started bowling in the nets I think but match में तो शायद नहीं डालेगा वो.
हाँ, जब तक
He
क्रिकेट
started
ऑस्ट्रेलिया ओके नहीं देगा तब तक नहीं करेगा.
okay नहीं देगा तब तक I mean imagine the system. Pat Cummins has gone back to Australia. He'll give a fitness test there, get a clearance from there, and then come back and bowl in the IPL.
Get a
It is
scan there.
so, yeah, it's
You
gone
get a
so.
scan done.
Because technically they are first contracted to Cricket Australia, then to
Yeah,
KK.
yeah.
हाँ,
They
but
just-
अरे but scan वैन सब इधर हो सकता है ना, but it shows
He's
their
a
level of.
contracted
नहीं, नहीं, but he's
captain
a
है ना
con-
वो उनका. He's a contracted
it's
player.
it's like footballers. What happens, Gaurav, is that if Cristiano Ronaldo is playing for Real Madrid and he has to join Portugal, Real Madrid has to issue a fitness certificate to Portugal for him to play. It's
But
the
इधर तो
reverse.
ऐसा नहीं होता. इधर
It's a
इधर
reverse.
इधर here's the reverse.
Yeah,
So,
here it's the
I
reverse.
suppose slightly.
You're primarily
those
an
are-
international.
Gaurav, wait for 2 years. ऐसे ही होगा.
Yeah,
2 साल.
we are heading there.
2 साल. Just 2 more
देखो
years.
भी देखो. Right now, boards have a lot of. Hopefully, we'll see Bangladeshi players also next IPL. The way things are improving now between Bangladesh and Indian cricket boards, and we will see a series against Bangladesh also. मतलब इतना क्रिकेट आने वाला ऑलरेडी शेड्यूल हो गया है. उसमें 3 T20, 3 ODI मुझे बांग्लादेश के अगेंस्ट भी आते हुए दिख रहे हैं at some point. You know.
नहीं हो गया ना. They announced the schedule in January itself ना. August में होगा.
But वो that was not set. After that, BCCI said ना कि this thing, BCCI का statement आ गया था ना कि this is
But
not.
dates are there ना. Dates are set ना. तो
Oh, you're saying the dates are there, just that. But isn't it clashing with anything else?
Nothing.
How it's not clashing with anything? September,
August.
I think.
August.
August end. So
Mid
August,
to late-
Just
and the
after
playing season.
just after England, I think.
Mid to late August. That's it.
But Sri Lanka के में
Sri
दो
Lanka,
test
two
match
test match, 2 test match and 3 T20. So from there they can go to Bangladesh, the T20 team. The T20 team then can go to play the Asian Games. And then Rohit and Virat. Virat can come from London. Rohit can come from Mumbai.
बहुत sandwiching है. But हाँ, I think that series हो जाएगा more or less. That
बट
Bangladesh.
अच्छी बात है कि इंडिया के पास 2 अलग टीम है तो कुछ भी कर सकते हैं. 3 अलग
तीन
format
अलग
के
टीम
3
है
अलग
भाई, तीन अलग टीम. हाँ, तीन अलग टीम है उसमें. But there most of the T20 players only play in this thing. तो मतलब हाँ, but हाँ थोड़ा अलग ही है this thing now. Now I think we'll see now that Nitish Reddy is bowling well, we'll again see him in Test cricket. So I'm really excited to see Nitish Reddy in Test cricket. That will be great. In New Zealand, he'll bowl 2 overs in the entire series, and we'll be forced
What
to.
about
call
Sri
him an
Lanka? If they decide to play just one fast bowler.
नहीं, नितिश रेड्डी जाएंगे वहां पर. He'll play both the test matches, but he'll not bowl a single over. And then the captain will say that at the right time he'll bowl. This series didn't require him to bowl.
Okay. Didi, who's winning? KKR or Punjab?
Punjab is an infinitely superior team.
Nitin, who's winning? KKR or Punjab?
Punjab. There's no doubt that unless they have absolutely a shocker, I don't think KKR has a chance.
Gigi, who's winning? KKR or Punjab?
यार केकेआर को जिताओ यार. बहुत अभी ये आईपीएल तो ऐसा मतलब 15 दिन पहले ही सब प्लेऑफ स्पॉट डिसाइड हो जाएंगे. By the time you enter May, all the playoff spots will be decided. It will be Punjab, RCB,
One versus two के लिए लड़ाई चलेगा and the fifth fourth
DC,
spot के लिए लड़ाई
DC
चलेगा.
और तुम्हारा because DC is also looking good. So your
five teams is
मुझे
very
मुझे
good.
लगा आप तीनों में से कोई एक कहेगा इंद्रदेव, बट तीनों ने नहीं कहा. कितनी बरसात हो रही है?
No, I hope
ये-
KKR, yeah. I hope
हाँ,
throw some spice in the tournament, yeah. It can't be so predictable. Already, people are saying this is turning out to be a boring IPL.
ठीक है, देखते हैं क्या होता है. रिमेंबर एवरीबडी, लाइक शेयर सब्सक्राइब कमेंट ऑन ऑल अवर वीडियोस. हाइप का बटन दबाइए. नितिन, द्वैपन, जीजी, थैंक्स अ लॉट. And all of you, please remember to come back tomorrow as well. That's it for today. It's goodbye and God bless from all four of us and our backend team. We'll see you tomorrow. It's goodbye and God bless.